But man, what a fantastic Wednesday it is. As we are logging into those other apps, we want to say happy tax day, everybody. I hope you got all your taxes paid.
A lot of people drinking today.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Hopefully there's some folks celebrating because they got a big return.
The IRS is.
And drinking some whiskey with us, of course, responsibly, as always. Make sure you drink, hydrate yourselves. It's getting a little warmer here in D.C. I think it was a 90-degree day, right? 95 degree day. Wow.
It's tough.
So yeah, hydrate, everybody, without a doubt. But what a special day it is. Every tax day of each year, we celebrate. We have a celebration. This celebration is for my big cuz, Tyrone Powell himself.
Oh, that's right.
Whose phone is just ringing every moment.
Did you call me? What's going on, man?
There's going to be a lot of interruptions or these Nokia or Hello Moto. Yeah, Hello Moto ringtones going on in the background because everybody's calling to wish him a happy birthday. You see him right there, everybody. It is the one and only Tyrone Powell himself. And a happy birthday goes out to him. And what's up, cuz? How are you, man? You feeling good? Blessed, right? Blessed, absolutely. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a quick. No, sit down, Mike. Come on, man. Come on, dude. You messed up the visual, man. Absolutely. Some other people go over there and hang out with Ty since Mike isn't.
We got to get
Mike
scale.
isn't. Go ahead, Graham. Yep, go ahead. Hop in the big chair. Yep.
Todd.
There you go.
Earn your pizza, Todd.
Yeah, Graham is very distinguished in that chair, in the suit. Oh, wow. This is
nice. Nice.
Wow. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. All right.
Oh, Jerry Maguire. There you go.
Jerry Maguire, absolutely.
Show me the money.
That's right. But we're celebrating Ty's birthday all day or all night, I should say. We're celebrating. So we're raising the glass to Tyrone Powell all night long. Happy birthday to Tyrone Powell.
Happy.
Show Ty.
Show it to him. Yeah, he's not.
I don't think he's seen it yet. Think he's seen it.
Yeah. You'll want to frame that.
That's right. You will want to frame it.
I want to know what that ring.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Bear with us, everybody, as we come back to our main view of the fellas of Whiskey Wednesday. Alonzo and Mike are off camera today, but we have the pleasure of having M-Dog back and Drew Beard himself. Wow. Let's get the ultimate show of these banger whiskeys.
Yeah. Get it started.
Some of the newest stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Kicking off with Michter's.
Finishing that. I'm doing too much today, man. My brain is just
a
buzz.
Let's get
you all go ahead and
brain is a buzz.
Just
what does that
it happened.
mean?
I don't know, man.
What does that mean for something to be a
fuzzy? You know how you didn't have the black and whites back in the day with the bunny ears,
Tell me about the bunny ears.
The fuzzy.
I remember the bunny ears.
Fuzzy.
Okay, never mind.
This was still Michter's 10, right?
Yeah.
You jumped the gun a little.
Hey.
Ooh.
So we're
start him off.
Whoa.
No, this is early on in the Whiskey Wednesday feed.
Michter's.
All right. We're doing Michter's 10.
Single barrel 10.
Annual favorite.
Let's go.
It's because you've been drinking it already, Matt. Let's not complain.
You have too.
My bottle, Matt. My bottle. You can have some more.
No, I don't want it.
So in February, Michter's announced Celebration Sour Mash. You saw that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
A bottle no one on earth is going to be able to have. 315 of them at $6,000 a pop.
6,000.
And then a couple weeks later, they were like, and 10 years coming out.
Yeah.
Which seemed a little under the radar. But I feel like this is the one people really look for Michter's. It's always a solid bottle. We're now like 11 years on with Michter's making their own whiskey. So like reliable that every 10-year rolling out has been distilled in Shively.
For sure.
The nose is great.
Goes in with that low entry proof, 103.
Yeah, well, okay.
So we're at 97-ish% here. We're pretty close to in the barrel.
And so what does that do?
What does
in
that
your
do?
opinion? Yeah, going into barrel at a lower proof, like the result is
it just means you don't have to add as much water if you're going to proof something down. You don't dilute the sort of natural flavor of the cask strength. So you got all those great barrel notes. Michter's in particular, the way they sort of their barrel program just imparts all these really fun, like chocolatey. I get Tootsie Roll on these things, especially the older. You were saying kind of nutty, like peanut brittle.
Yeah.
And I really get that sort of dark roasted kind of nut note with all that wood on the back end. But it's always just like a crazy approachable and unusually full flavored whiskey for the approachability, I feel like.
Yeah.
So it's always an easy recommendation. But last year was a little soft, I thought. We were talking to Chris at Drink Hacker, the editor who reviewed this last year. He thought it was really super, like, more approachable than normal. And this year, I think it's gone back to a little more of that sort of barrel-driven energy. For sure. Kind of classic.
I always kind of say year over year that this or the Michter's 10 Rye are the only two bottles under 100 proof that I like seek out.
I mean, you're probably not alone there.
Yeah.
There are very few whiskeys that can sort of pack this kind of flavor
for
under that proof.
Yeah. And they're always solid too.
Yeah.
Definitely love the nose on this bad boy. Don't worry about the programming. Just keep the commentary going.
Keep the commentary.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. So the other thing, when you do the low barrel entry proof, you get a little darker color out of the whiskey. Because of the less water being added.
Right.
You retain more of that color from the barrel itself. So
it does have that nice concentrate color. I mean, we got it lined up next to the 15-year-old Craig.
And it looks dark.
Spot on color, maybe a little darker.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it's got that front label, so maybe that's what's making it dark.
Yeah,
we'll cut it.
Yeah.
We'll cut it some slack.
Fair enough.
But
do y'all think that the Michter's 10 drinks hot?
Do we think the Michter's 10 drinks hot? I feel like I've heard people say.
What have you heard people say?
That there is a perception of sort of heat. Yeah. Partly because people go into it looking at the proof and going, well, this is going to be softer than your Wild Turkey 101. I don't. The perception of heat, I don't think is like a cask strength heat. It's not like all of that chili pepper heat. I think it's more of the baking spice is really pronounced. That's what I sort of get in the way of heat. I don't know. What do you think? You think it's got?
My short answer is yes.
Yeah.
Now, what I say is not by much, but if you blindfold me, gave me this Michter's 10 bourbon,
sure,
I would guess it was bottled in like 100 proof.
At least 100.
You know, I would guess like 100 to 104. And prior to the live going on, I was drinking that Mount Pleasant at like 102 proof, I think.
Yep.
And that's kind of like the realm I feel like this sits at. So I hate the term it drinks hot because it sounds like a turnoff. And it's not necessarily, it's almost Bernie kind of loves to say this. It's like enough alcohol to lift the flavors.
Yeah.
It does seem, and I think that's one of the reasons going back to where it's like kind of the only 94 proof whiskey I seek out is because even at 94 proof, it's still complex enough, but how the alcohol acts and reacts in this bottle makes it seem like something of a little higher proof in a positive aspect, not in a lacking approachability, but in a gaining like layers to the flavor and drinkability of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of where I'm at.
I agree with you. And I'd say that lift is also in the aroma too. I think the alcohol and the concentration of kind of that lack of water in the mix, right, really 100%. Sort of propels some of that flavor to the top of the glass.
Shout out my man Isaac joined in. I don't know if he already left, but shout out Isaac if you're still here. Maybe not. Oh well. Good seeing you the other day, and got to go pick up a bottle. His barrel pick in a week or two.
Well, certainly for me, the second sip certainly, if it was a bit more approachable. Mike has mentioned that it was drinking just a little bit hot, a little bit more lifted. I could see what he means by that. You know, there's kind of this elegance as far as the palate weight goes. Like it's not super extracted, heavy viscosity or what have you. And so my palate did have to adjust, especially after having that bit of pepperoni in my mouth just before, right? But I do like how fresh it is, right? The peanut brittle, while it's there, it's not like the very heavily sweet, you know, kind of richer, once again, viscosity and heavy syrupy side of peanut brittle and some of these kind of candied extractions. It's still light. It's still very much whiskey forward. And so it definitely does keep it maybe in a level of balance that it's a nice presentation. Very nice presentation.
I feel like as I have tried this year in, year out, it has always managed to distinguish itself from a lot of other bourbons. I think because of that presentation, which I think is neat. It's not.
I'm gonna drink a lot.
It is definitely a bourbon I would recommend. It's easy sipping. Take it to a barbecue kind of thing. Like it's a fun bourbon, but it's always one I think I could probably easily pick out of a blind. Just because of how sort of unique it is as a package.
I can agree with that. I think it's great. You know, I've never been disappointed with a Michter's 10 product. Great.
Cool. All right.
You gonna rate it, Drew?
Yeah. This is where I have to scale myself.
Hell, I haven't done a rating on Whiskey Wednesday.
I know, right? I have been consistent at Drink Hacker when I've gotten a chance to review these. These guys have been A-minuses for years now. I think this is still right there, both because of quality of flavor, but also just sort of the uniqueness of what it is. It's like 7.5. Is that in our
7.5?
I don't know what you guys. I think you guys are as far as the mood here. I give it an 8.
I'm thinking an 8.
I think 8.
I'm thinking an 8 on it.
Inside your scale. Yeah.
It's probably where I'm leaning. But again, like me and you, it's been a little bit since we've done a Whiskey Wednesday review.
That's true.
So I don't know, Bernie, where are you thinking on it?
Man, I think y'all are right on the nose. I'm at an 8, 7.75 to an 8 as well. Definitely, I think my palate needed that little bit of time to adjust. And once it adjusted, then we were able to really kind of find that sweet spot of flavor, right? And so I'm going 8 as well. So that's across the board, yeah. It's across the board,
cool.
right. Oh, that's dope. All right, so 8 across the board on Michter's
10-year.
Yeah, their 10-year single barrel. We're coming in at 94.4 proof points, and it is lovely. Like it, a great way to start the show, man. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna have my water here.
Yeah. This is what brought me out the woodwork.
This is what brought you out of the woodwork? I figured it was. All good.
So this one.
Yeah, what did you hear about this? I always read, a handful of people when their whiskeys come out, but I'm just always curious.
I think there's a little bit of blowing it out of proportion. So here's the gist that I see. Everyone asks for the 18-year to be higher proof.
Sure.
And that was typically a little over oaked.
Yeah.
So my understanding is people do feel like this is Heaven Hill, listening to their customer base and their fans.
Yeah.
And giving a little more age than what the barrel proofs are, and a little higher proof as well. So kind of a happy medium.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned before it's a little more approachable than those. The little bit exaggerated side of it is there's already like a couple people who are making their marks like a contender for whiskey of the year, and it's like it's April.
It's April,
and we all know like we normally start talking about that in October, November when like the real stuff starts hitting. But I think that's kind of driving.
Yeah. I agree.
Driving the intensity up a little. That you have a couple people with decent followings throwing that statement around.
And I did. I mean, I respect the hell out of Jonah Flicker, and he probably in Rob Report dropped the like. Oh yeah. No worries.
So everybody,
Jonah was over the moon about it, and I was like,
I'm super excited to have this one. This is an Elijah Craig single barrel, 15-year-old. Oh my gosh, 108 proof points right here. And just super excited. I'm a Craig fan, and first time I've had this one, man. This is something special for us.
It's also been a long. I'm trying to think of the last time Craig introduced an age-stated. I think the rye when they did the barrel proof rye was fun. I still haven't even tasted that.
I haven't either, but I heard the first batch. No one was really impressed by. But the second,
yet. Really? I heard people loved the first one.
Really? Everyone I know. That was the one that was like 108 proof.
Maybe.
Where it's like oddly low for Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Chris got their sample.
I don't know many people, but like the 2 or 3 people were a little underwhelmed by it.
All right.
Just given this typical standard of Elijah Craig barrel proofs, obviously in the bourbon. But I've heard nothing but pretty much great things from the batch since.
Yeah.
So dialed in on the aromatics.
I can't remember the last, I was going to say age-stated, though, Craig. They did a 20 and a 21 year, 15 years ago, maybe? And that was the last time they dropped, the 23. I forget when the 23 showed up. And I don't even see the 23.
But the old barrel proofs were
18.
Stayed at 12.
Say what?
The barrel proofs back 4 years ago, they were age-stated at 12 years old.
That was, they dropped the Big Red 12. On the old school labels, redid the packaging, and then the barrel proof came out as the 12 without being age dated 12.
Huh? When they first came out with barrel proof, I'm pretty sure it said, I thought, on the label.
Oh, I think it was maybe
on the
small
side.
writing. It was never front and center. But yeah, aged. I think it's aged 12 years.
It was always
I remember that.
a 12-year, and then they make the adjustment, right?
It was funny. People were reading back labels. I remember.
Started having 11-year and some change. You started having a month and year.
I remember.
And I think it started coming out when they want to do the single barrel picks, and that's when they're offering up a lot of this 10 and 11-year stock, especially then.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of fun. That's kind of like all the things from all the different Heaven Hill lines packed into one, right?
Absolutely. For 108, the nose is just really pretty. Some kind of toasted red fruit there, I think. A little bit of red fruit and toast.
Oh yeah. The milk, it's sort of that really light cocoa kind of milk chocolatey kind of. I'm impressed by how the brown sugar notes, the caramelized sugar notes, but they're super light. This isn't dark caramel. This is that really sort of sugary, just barely melted.
Like those salt
vanilla
caramels you'll
get,
exactly. Where they're
hardly
caramel, but they are
right. Okay, now I'm starting to go that direction, but I was getting a strudel, like a toaster strudel with red.
There's your toaster.
Man.
German chocolate with sea salt.
We're gonna ignore that one.
Again, Mike, please.
Get a little bit of the salt.
Thank you.
Yeah. Huh. Salted caramel, definitely.
Wow, pretty neat. Love the way that the age and structure gives way to complexities. Super, super nice. Super nice. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're definitely getting the structure from the 15-year aspect for sure. And I think majority of people are going to be really happy. The proof point helps a lot, but it's nowhere near the just leather oak bomb and the tannic bomb that 18-year was at that 96
Sure.
proof.
Yeah, I always got like 18. There's a time and place for 18, but it's definitely well, yeah. I mean, because to be honest with you, like you don't get. I don't think you get a 18-year-old Kentucky bourbon that tastes like that anymore. I mean, Knob Creek 18
Sure.
is just so sharp and so sort of it leans into the tannins.
It's not got the complexity that
I mean, it is if you want that really sort of basement floorboards kind of mushroomy. Like, I mean, it's a thing. Like, well, I'm just saying, like that's what 18-year is for
it's
me.
like this musty.
It's a little musty,
funk.
and it's its own thing, and it's sort of what they kept. Not mold,
fungi.
not fungi. I don't mean any of this in a necessarily negative connotation, but to
There's
your
nothing
point,
negative about fungi.
to your point, we've gotten 3 years in, and we're 3 years back, and this is definitely drinking more like a 12 cask strength, barrel strength than it would be the 18
So,
in an impressive way. Like I would almost not necessarily call this much older than the 12
and
in its sort of vibrancy.
similarly, though, like we were talking about Michter's 10, my initial, now I know you hadn't, this ball hasn't had a ton of time to open up,
That's true.
but
Was that some?
the initial first sniff or two, I was like, oh, I would guess it was a little higher than 108.
Yes, I would agree. Yeah.
Definitely. Now, I think it drinks like 108 to me, but the nose at first, I was like, it definitely is going to like 115 kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But it drinks fantastic.
Yeah, it's super interesting. But yeah, crazy approachable.
Behind you.
And pretty classic. I mean, there's not, I wouldn't say there's an explosion of like varied flavors. This is very classic, kind of Heaven Hill. There's a little bit of that peanut brittle. There's a lot of that lighter brown sugar. A little bit of, I don't know if I could find the red fruits, man, but I'm glad you did.
I'm not.
But I get a little bit of the like citrus that you get in these sorts of things.
But it is very classic Elijah Craig.
Super classic.
But now what I think is fun, and where Heaven Hill is smart doing this, is that they're single barrels.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'd
true.
be interested to taste a
One
couple
next
of
to another.
these.
Yeah.
But just to see what the variance is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually when a company like Heaven Hill turns out a single barrel, there's not going to be a ton of variation, just like Michter's. Like, and there are. I mean, there are definitely some variations,
for sure.
vintage to vintage. But yeah, I would be curious to see that too. It's a fun product. I get the hype. I get the excitement. It's definitely a
Well, if I come across
really
one
well executed bottle.
I can afford,
Yeah.
I'll
Are these already skyrocketing on secondary?
they're
Or?
about, not quite double MSRP, not quite.
I guess that's part of the
Throw
course.
another blue face on it.
Right. I was noticing how this label color is the same as the old Fitz's that are like
The
I
VVS.
just posted about
Well, see, I was also thinking
that.
though,
Burgundy.
is it a little bit of a throwback? They used to use that burgundy on the old barrel bottles. Didn't
Old
have the
barrel bottle.
the little bottles that looked like they were wooden barrel. The
Oh,
grenade bottles.
yeah, the grenades.
They use that burgundy.
I
on
forgot
them,
the
didn't they?
grenades had a burgundy label. Yeah,
Right,
you're right.
yeah.
You're right. That's funny.
So I was wondering if it's like a little hat nod to that,
Little in-house.
Didn't have to go through a new color
in-house
palette.
color
They just pulled
palette,
that.
yeah. The TTB was like, you got these options.
They said simple enough. That's their brand kit. They went through their brand
Their
kit
brand
on
kit.
Canva
Right.
and got that color.
That was pretty delicious.
It's a great bourbon. Yeah,
That
I
is.
mean,
That is.
It's a nice glass you got there too.
Thanks, man, isn't it? Shout out to Lost Whiskey Club.
that's right.
For sure. Yeah. So, M Dog, you're gonna be first on this one, man.
Yeah, man.
I like it. I'd go an 8.25.
Yeah.
I like it a little more than Michter's, but not as much more as I maybe was anticipating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, at suggested retail pricing, I'm not going to pass on it or Michter's 10,
Yeah.
but yeah, 825. What do you think, Bern?
You know what? I agree with that, man. I like it at 8.25 as well. Super solid, almost very close to an 8.5. There's a little bit of kind of some of those drier wood notes, which brings you a nice kind of cacao, like, you know, kind of dark chocolate, dry cacao profile. But there's a little bit of structure there, which just throws the balance just off in the finish just a bit, unless you're really wanting and enjoying and appreciating the little hint of tannins. I am a fan of tannins in wine.
Yeah.
And so I do appreciate where this is, but for some it might just maybe be a little too dry and tannic on the finish, but really well delivered. The nose is great. Those flavors translate very well to the palate, and it's a good sipper for sure.
Yeah.
And when you're sipping it, you really do taste the quality.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm a Craig fan, so that was really neat to have.
Yeah. Cool. I agree with you guys. We'll make it easy. 825.
825.
Just
All
because
right.
just because I agree that it's a slight sort of
Thanks,
bump above
I
the
appreciate that.
M10. Just
Well, those trucks.
flavor wise, but I had a first pinch of this, not much of it, just to kind of open it up before we're going to drink it about a week ago when I got it. And I remember thinking, this is, how does this compare to the barrel proofs?
Yeah.
And it really is like, for somebody who buys a barrel proof but always has to put it on ice, always has to throw water on it because it's a little too intense. Like this is your package now at the right proof. Still got that sort of concentration of flavor.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I dig it. Jury's out if I think it's whiskey of the year, but yeah, it's a damn good whiskey, and a good one. It's from Heaven Hill.
Agreed.
For them to add to the lineup. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's doesn't get too marked up
Hopefully.
and is available.
Well,
For sure.
it's super solid, folks. And as you see, for the Elijah Craig single barrel 108 proof 15 year, a new expression from them across the board. Drew, Matt, and myself, we all give it an 8.25 out of 10 points. Delicious, folks. And be on the lookout for it out in the marketplace. Really solid product. All right, love it.
Shape
Oh yeah,
and that label.
Hey, folks,
When they do
once
that,
again,
25.
we're just going to shout out T-Bone. It's Tyrone Powell's birthday.
Happy birthday.
And we're celebrating our big cuz Tyrone. I tell you, every tax day, we look forward to making sure that those returns are in and that we raise a glass to Mr. Tyrone Powell for sure. So happy birthday, Big Ty. I think he stepped out for a moment, but we have some folks in the house today in the background just readying for the celebration, and what a glorious time it is. Shout out to Ty's brother, Arondre Powell. What's up, Dre? Hope to see you at some point over the next few days as we celebrate your big bro. So happy birthday, Ty, my big cuz. And yeah, what a day it's been, man. What a night it's going to be. Celebrations. And I'm going to figure out how to now hydrate myself.
Drink all of that
With this
Chug it.
extremely tall pour
Say
of
you need to
water.
drink a lot of water.
You filled it up to the rim, didn't you?
I was
Goodness
helping you out.
gracious.
Go on, straw.
Slurping over there.
Gotta hydrate, folks. That
Now
must
you
be
need some
Deer
whiskey,
Park
don't you?
water.
Cleanse the palate.
Must
My
be
bad.
Deer Park water. All right, folks, we're gonna move on. Drew's
Yeah.
already grabbed the glass. I'm sorry, the bottle. What am I
Bottle.
talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna grab my glass, but he's grabbing the bottle. Of what is this new,
What is this?
very kind of attractive,
The
that
fourth
almost neon
installment.
green.
Fourth
at least on the
installment of
picture.
Bardstown's Yeah, that green really pops in the.
It does on that photo.
Not
right?
quite as much in real life.
Right.
Fourth installment of Bardstown Bourbon Company's distillery series. Cool program, distillery only, always in 375s at about $100 a pop, which I feel like credit to them. I don't know why more distilleries aren't doing this with some of their sort of higher end, more elaborate or older.
Well, there
products.
are some distilleries that really focus on doing 375.
They're working on it.
Special
Yeah, yeah.
barrel
Well, that's
drops.
look at this. This just
Shout out to
sorry.
Lost Listen.
Shout out to Lost Listen.
Someone was doing it before Bardstown.
They totally were.
Hate to break it.
Maybe you gave them the idea. I don't even know.
But this one is called the
But this is the
Cascadia.
Cascadia.
Yes.
Cascadia.
Yeah, they get some
Garryana finished.
Garryana finish. So this
Garryana.
is Garryana.
Everyone just
Everybody just keep repeating it.
Garryana finished.
Bernie said it and you said it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna say it too.
You can tell this is unscripted, folks. We just keep repeating what the other person's saying, and the scores apparently.
Today, gosh.
But
So
for the
Garryana-
record, Bernie's yet to come up with an original score. You have and I have.
That is true.
He is yet to have an original score.
Bernie's turn.
We'll see this time.
Does anybody know what Garryana oak is?
No, I'd love for you to tell me.
Yeah, you probably kind of do. Rare oak, indigenous Pacific Northwest. I think the Latin name has Oregon in it somewhere. But it's essentially a super tight grain, rare oak that was, I think, first for American whiskey popularized by Westland, because they've had now like 5 or 6 years of a Garryana release every year. And it's I was reading you can only get these trees if they're already fallen. You can't cut them down.
Like harvest them.
And it's a super, it has a ton of limbs. So there's a bunch of like knots in it. It's super hard to cooper. It's super tight grain, like French oak.
Yeah.
And so that's what they use to finish this. I think I wrote this down because I wanted to remember all the details, because this is elaborate. It's 3 different whiskeys, 10 and 9 years old, Kentucky, Indiana sourced. All, I think, rye bourbons.
Yeah, I saw 21% on the Indiana.
18, 21, and 18. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's a 10-month finish. 10 months in 10 custom. So there's only 10 barrels of this, 10 custom Garryana oak barrels from Oregon Barrel Works. And I think it has some sort of a 3-hour toast, it said, on the barrel. So not a char, but a 3-hour toast.
Yeah.
And then some special aging, particular place in the rick house, etc.
Yeah, they say summer aging on the 6th floor.
There you go.
Chosen for maximum extraction.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah.
I was excited when this came out. The first 3 of these, when they started this series last year, the French,
Cathedral.
the cathedral was insane. The Mizunara, the Normandy, the last one was even just as good. And now we got Garryana. So
Yeah.
they continue to be kind of pushing the
Mhm.
boundaries
Ooh, I
here.
love the nose on this. For me, it gives me a little bit of a kind of orchard
Yeah,
fruit-like note, kind of
that green
apple pear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apple caramel, almost like a
on the palate.
caramel apple, but using the green.
Yeah.
A green apple.
The little
That's really neat.
the oak
Little-
is sort of dusty.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
really concentrated, kind of exotic, like sandalwoody,
Absolutely.
cedary.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the sandalwood like note. I mean, kind of want to go to the beach with this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Got peach
right out
leather
near
out.
the
yeah. Now that you've said green apple, like the
Nose
palate
is
is
great.
crazy green.
Yeah,
So I was about to say, I didn't. On the nose,
Now
there's
it's
a
all
little mild, but the palate is straight.
It's all pear skins and like,
Deep pear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
oh wow, huh? That's cool.
Mm.
They did it again.
Mhm.
It's almost like they know what they're doing.
It is like they know what they're doing. The first pour I had of this came out a little hot, came out a little tannic.
Yeah.
The oak was a little punchy just when I like first breezed into it. And I was like, I bet when I go back to this, it's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
And it is.
Was that over a week ago?
Oh,
hold on.
yeah. I got
Okay.
the sample probably a couple weeks ago.
Gotcha.
Um, Yeah, it's definitely an impressive balance.
Mm-hmm.
That oak is not nearly as dry or tannic as it was when I
Gotcha.
first tasted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it lets all that fruit really,
Mm-hmm.
really pop.
Mm-hmm.
It's still pretty tannic to me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still like
It has a full of viscosity though,
Mhm.
so it's really carrying the alcohol well and the tannic structure for me. At least for a sip, you know, I was surprised
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
sip how approachable that was.
Coffee? Totally.
A little,
Like-
like the instant coffee, like a sweet instant coffee.
Yeah.
Like coffee drink you get at the gas station that use hot water powder.
Sure. Yeah, it's that sort of
Mm.
ground,
Yeah.
mix, like Turkish coffee, kind of like
Yeah.
mixed with water.
mhm.
There's definitely, that's not uncommon. Garryana sort of hovers in that French oak range. So you get those sort of dusty, dark spices, nutmegs, just big. All that spice is kind of, it really comes out in the finish. But that mid palate is so like juicy and fruity, which is funky. Yeah. All that pear drops. And,
see, that's where I'm like, the
apple
more I
chips.
drink it, the more I'm leaning like pear.
Yeah,
yeah, it's almost got a Calvados-y kind of quality
it
to it.
really does. It really does.
Right.
Yeah.
That was funny because I was just thinking about the Normandy, which was the last one they did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just a quick shout out from
That's funny.
Anna Loom saying happy birthday to Ty and
Shout out to Bernie227 saying what up. The A's on.
Harshire. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. My eyes aren't as great as they used to be. Hey. Have we tried what? Indri?
We're leaning way in. Indri,
Indri.
Indian
Is that
single
what it
malt. Yeah,
Oh,
Which is
no.
great.
I haven't yet.
should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
They make some
Absolutely.
good. I think it is. Indri is the largest or the best-selling Indian single malt in India.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Oh, okay. While
have
here
to check
it's
it out.
probably Amrut, would you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul John's probably right behind it, but yeah.
Okay. All right, so we got to try that out.
Yeah,
Thank
check it
you, Hashidi. Oh, wow.
I dig this. Who's getting to review?
I'm loving this one. I
Oh,
have
this
to go
guy.
first. I have to go first on
All
this
right.
one.
Jump in.
Yeah.
Oh, Bardstown.
We are.
I was hoping to be critical.
I'm taking the third approach to this whiskey. Still loving it. You know, the orchard fruit-like characteristics, flavors from apple and pear are quite dominant. Initially, I was getting a bit more green apple, but you know, that pear, that almost Basque pear, as Drew said, is, reminiscent of a bit of Calvados. Really polished. It really kind of is, especially on the third approach, like the nose is just a little bit more crunchy, right? That freshness is kind of like the Calvados, right?
Yeah.
So it's neat, but on the palate, it really does carry enough weight to keep the palate engaged, carry flavors nicely. Let's give it one last sip. Some kind of pear spices there. Man, the spirit note really does kind of lift flavors quite nicely. There's nothing, especially on the third sip, that is kind of ABV forward on it. Great balance, but once again, great freshness. So, I mean, this is, you know, 80 plus 90-degree weather outside, but drinks pretty well, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I like this a lot. I think I'm gonna have to go. That last sip was just so delicious, man. I don't know. I really find these flavors to be interesting. The effort is amazing in that there's so much balance here. Great depth. I'm at maybe 8.75. Teetering even. Yeah, I think 8.75
right.
is solid. It's solid. don't know if I can quite go 9 with it, but definitely at 8.75.
Nice.
All right, Drew.
Yeah, I already told you my sort of journey with this one, right?
For sure.
And having like followed them last year with sort of back to back to back. I mean, I gave them trip aces. It was just like they were all awesome. And when I had that first sip, just because it was so different, some of that tannin was there. It was a little more high tone. Balance didn't seem quite as locked in as some of those others from last year. But I don't know, going back into it, I really like all the fruit and all of that you sort of see is part of the complication in making this. Like, you know, love Michters, love Heaven Hill. These are 10-year-old single barrels that roll out, right? This thing, a lot of man hours went into kind of, you know, how that gets created, how those flavors get made. I'm close to Bernie. I go 8.5. I definitely think it's singing and it's fun. And I might go back and he got you.
I didn't even see.
But yeah, 8.5.
Stealth with
I'll stop talking.
Nice. 8.5.
What do you got?
Thank God.
Sorry, I know. I just keep.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah.
I was. It's a great whiskey, but for the expectation, it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. And here's what I figured out as listening to y'all two ramble for the last 20 minutes to give a small review. I love the concept of the flavors, but they were 2 tart variations of apple or pear.
Fair enough.
And if they were maybe more like cooked down, baked, or a marmalade or something like that, I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
But it was almost too tart on those characteristics. What?
But then you just get this.
And save myself $100 in a trip to Kentucky.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, it remains a pretty good luck.
I'm already spilling it.
Yeah, well, at least it's just water. I was gonna say these remain a pretty sweet selling point for Bardstown's what do they call it, the Reserve Club.
The Reserve Club.
So the way to guarantee getting one of those is to sign up every quarter. You get the Reserve Series release.
Yeah, the Whiskey Club is called
along
The
with some other
Reserve.
stuff. I think it's
Or
really
take out a second home mortgage and get on secondary.
and just buy it on secondary. Yeah, that's true. What are they selling for on secondary?
These I haven't seen. The Cathedral.
What's Cathedral going for?
Cathedral last I saw was like 700.
700?
Because after
I was
they did
expecting more.
Because after they did the 60 minutes and everything, it was sitting like,
Oh, they did a 60 minutes episode. How did I miss this?
yeah, of the Cathedral.
Dude, you look like I
I
just
can't
shot
believe you
your
didn't
grandma.
know that.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
They had Bardstown on 60 minutes
That's
for that
amazing.
Cathedral Oak release.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Well, they
it was
were-
just that release.
They were doing a whole
Bardstown,
kind of story about barrel shipping, what happens after
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, bourbon
So
barrels.
inside that context, they talked about.
Yeah,
They
they
all
talk
right
about
when
the
that came out.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Good for them.
Absolutely.
I love what those guys are doing. I mean, they
Folks,
just
yeah,
have a
I
lot
mean,
of great whiskey.
Bardstown Bourbon Company, they are
Making
really
some great stuff.
making their presence known just throughout the country. They're beloved now. They really came into the Kentucky and laid their roots down.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? Not even 10 years ago yet.
I
It
went to
was,
the
what,
distillery before it was even
7,
open back in
8,
14, 15.
14, 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It wasn't open yet.
it wasn't open, right? Okay.
So
Yeah, I
probably
think
right
they
at-
came online at like 16.
Yeah.
But they bought Green River. I mean, they've done a
Yeah.
great job kind of
Yeah,
shepherding
yeah.
Green River through.
Green River for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No,
Well,
they
love
did
it.
a
It's the
good job.
Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Go check them out.
Their Cascadia, Garryana finished bourbon. Talking about 9 and 10-year-old whiskeys that's blended and finished in this unique oak cask. Fun stuff and quite small batch. I guess you can
Now
only
we go to
get it
10
through
barrels.
their
Yeah, 10 barrels.
whiskey club, the Reserve Whiskey Club, through Bardstown Bourbon Company.
It's a little crooked.
Drew gives it an 8.5. Matt, a lowly 8.
Slowly.
Mike off camera also gave it an 8. He was in full agreement. But I love the stuff.
Just
I give it
saying-
8.75.
Only one of the scores given had anyone else agree with the score, and that just
There you go.
I'm undefeated on my
Undefeated.
scores. Y'all two can't say the same. but it's okay. Someone's got to be right and someone's got to be wrong.
Hey, it's great having
glad I
Matt
have
back,
y'all.
isn't it, y'all? Isn't it great having Matt back?
Yeah, it's great having Matt back. Snarky.
We
Matt.
have missed all that sarcasm.
The Michter's 10 Honey Barrel Hunter,
Shinju.
I think it was cracked prior to tonight,
Go ahead.
right? Your Michter's
Everything has been open. at
Yeah.
the time.
We haven't drank all that Michter's 10 tonight. Don't
Sure.
we?
Drew's been. I really went down the rabbit hole on writing my review for Drink Hacker, which posts tomorrow. It's only like 400 words, so that wouldn't explain all that whiskey being gone. But I did keep going back between last year's and this year's because my editor Chris was convinced that it was, and I agree with him. That it was last year was sort of weirdly soft in different areas, and it was just fun to kind of taste what were essentially two identical whiskeys, but they just hit in different parts of the aroma and the palate. It was a science experiment at home in my office with whiskey, which sometimes happens. So that's why some of that's gone. I may have shared some with a friend or two. But
Indeed.
Thanks, Honey Barrel Hunter, for the welcome back.
That's right. Shout out to Honey Barrel Hunter,
Honey Barrel
who
Hunter.
just cracked a Michter's 10 4 hours ago.
nice.
Yeah.
No, I
absolutely.
think he was
Oh, you
accusing
already-
us because he said, "Where did all the whiskey go?"
Oh,
So I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he's
yeah,
accusing
yeah. So you
us
already-
of we just cracked. I
You're
don't
in
know.
there.
I don't know.
What are you after?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Or maybe
Absolutely.
he cracked his own. Maybe
Shout out to
I'm
Honey
misinterpreting.
Barrel Hunter.
Who knows? Too
Um,
many people, too many things.
So we're doing
Mhm. We got
shifting
it.
gears
So
hardcore. We're
what
doing
are we
single malt. We're drinking American
Big
single
time.
malt.
Big time.
We're going local. We're going to Virginia
Let's get-
Distillery
Let's get
down
the
in
big back
Lovingston,
up
Virginia.
there. Shout out to Virginia Distilling Company.
One
This
of my
is their
Favorite American
new
single malt makers.
cigar blend for a single malt, folks.
Yeah.
108 proof points. All right, let's go. Let's see what we get.
I was driving down to play a little golf in South Carolina in February,
Okay.
and I
Thanks
stopped
for
at
the
the
invite.
distillery. Sorry, you wouldn't have wanted to watch me fall apart on several golf courses over the course of a week. But before we got down there, I stopped at Virginia Distillery Company just to see how things are going, and they told me they had something really special coming that unfortunately they had not bottled yet, so I couldn't taste it. But they did graciously allow me to stick my head really far down the vat that was marrying all of the different single malts so that I could get a good, strong kick of it. And it smelled amazing. I got a good hit of it.
Wow.
I was like, can I just put a little
Yeah.
thing down, go fishing?
No,
But they wouldn't let me.
you're not allowed to do that in the state of Virginia.
But they told me it was a cigar blend, so I was excited. This is a very elaborate cigar blend. Have you had other cigar blends? Bernie, have you had a cigar blend? Like,
Mhm.
don't look at me sideways.
Mhm.
Just asking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Penelope Cigar Blend,
There you
Joseph
go.
Magnus.
There you go. Can you
Mhm.
name any others?
Give me 30 seconds.
It's tricky. It's like
As far as ones I physically had. is
sure.
what
I was trying to sort of gauge as I'm writing notes down about this, like how common a cigar blend is. Like Barrel just did one.
Yeah.
Who?
Dalmore does. Yep.
Dalmore.
Oh, the Dalmore. Now we're talking about
Dalmore
single. Yeah, totally.
But I know Barrels is supposed to be good, but
Barrels is great. I was going to bring it in tonight.
thanks for not.
Well,
Yes.
this is local, and I think maybe even more fun.
We love local distilleries.
That's right. But anyway, Cigar Blend was essentially a thing created by Nancy Fraley, they call her the Nose. She's a consultant that works with a lot of craft distilleries. One of which was
Sorry, I'm answering a question that was given. Good.
understood. Anyway, she created this for Magnus. So Magnus was the original cigar blend. And the formula that she sort of designed for them was Armagnac, I think some sherry finish, PX,
Port.
port. But this is even more
Cognac.
complicated.
Fino. Sherry. Yep.
Yeah. So these guys, Virginia Distillery has an awesome cask program, and they age in a lot of different barrels.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
they've incorporated a lot of their whiskey that's gone into, as you said, Fino port, some
Spanish
some
oak,
wine.
sherry, port,
yeah, you got Oloroso,
shaved, toasted,
and there's
our
some Isla casks.
Isla.
in
Yeah.
there, too.
Oh, that makes
Cabernet,
sense.
Armagnac, Cognac,
I
Fino
was
cask.
so-
Everybody says they get the
Isla
smoke.
cask.
I
Yeah.
know. So I was so confused
Yeah.
what
And there's a little
all
smoke on
blends
this.
they'd use it because there was so much smoke on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that much smoke? Like I get.
Well,
I
okay,
guess
okay.
it is surprising that there's any smoke.
Yes, that's
and
what
I
I
think what
mean.
hits.
And I wouldn't say this is.
But I agree. I agree.
Like I just recently, a friend of mine had Catoctin Creek's rye finished
In the Kilhoman class or
Lefroy.
Lefroy? Yeah, cool.
and I would say like this is smokier than that was.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah.
But now that I'm tasting it too, I get like there's a lot of smoke in that.
It's not a peated Scotch
Sure.
smoke, but it is. I guess I'm gonna preface this right now. On the nose, it is more smoke than I prefer in a whiskey.
Fair enough.
But I'm a big fan of everything Virginia Distilling is doing. So in no way, I just want to preface if the palate follows that, I might not fully love it.
I appreciate that they did, and I'd be curious that I need to talk to the woman who is their master blender, Amanda Beckwith. Awesome, super talented. And I need to ask her exactly how they incorporated the Islay cask because I am fascinated by it. I think it's also a smart move because if you're going to be a true cigar blend, if you're making something that you intend people to sit down and enjoy with a cigar,
Right.
it needs some of that phenolic sort of element to it.
Mhm.
Like if I'm having a whiskey with a cigar, it's almost always an Islay whiskey
Yeah.
because I like how those phenols kind of play off each other. Sometimes they cancel each other in a fun way that sort of elevates all the rest of the flavors of the
Well, so many other flavors that
whiskey.
you don't even
That's
get.
what I
otherwise,
felt like
right?
Penelope cigar blend was missing.
See, and Barrel just did the same thing and also
Okay.
didn't have quite the smoke I was looking for,
Mhm.
which I think makes it a little tricky to actually pair with a cigar, even though it's an awesome whiskey.
Mhm.
Uh, Yeah, this is fun. This is classic Virginia Distilling. Great, really well made,
Mhm.
hot distilled single malt. It's 7 years old. I think this might be the
7
first
years.
thing that has
Oh,
an age.
no way.
First thing that has an age statement on it
Correct.
from
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
I just love their labels. As a matter of fact, me and Ellie were in a liquor store, I think it was over the weekend, and I was pointing out how much I like their labels. That just how bright, colorful, how much they change them, the variety they have,
Mhm.
just the marketing. I
Yeah.
am a big fan of on their behalf.
I mean, since the
They've done a
start,
nice job.
they were doing some interesting things before they started really representing their full distillation.
Yeah.
You know, with
Yeah.
some of the
They were sourcing
other casks, you know, source Highland source
Right.
product and all. You know, we always have a little courage and conviction right there behind you.
Yeah. There's
Bourbon
their
cask,
flagship.
right? Yep. And
Oh yeah, the bourbon cask.
but I love that this is 7 year.
Yeah.
And you know, stylistically, with the complexity, this is a contender,
Yeah.
right? Against so many other
Yeah, put this
single
up
malts,
against
American
Belmont.
single malts for sure, but also single malt Scotch whiskeys. This is a contender. Now, of course, we are aging for 7 years in warmer climate.
Yeah, this tastes like a 12-year.
Yeah, it
For
really
sure.
does. It really,
12
really
years.
does.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
At 108.
The same proof. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say it drinks as easy, if not easier, than the Michters.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 points lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree.
Wow.
Super complex.
Hey, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the American single malt producers.
Yeah.
Those folks who have really stepped out and created the category. And once again, this is another one that is such a contender in the wider world of single malt whiskey. You know, so many local producers that have really made such strides. Virginia Distilling Company being one of them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Copper Fox as well,
Yeah,
out
totally.
of Virginia, Rick
Been
Wasman.
doing it
Yeah,
as long as anybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
since 2005, right?
Yeah.
It was
Jeez.
05
Yeah, like
that
him and
he's-
McCarthy started it all.
Yeah, absolutely. But some folks out in Colorado as well.
Yeah,
Out
yeah.
Stranahan's, they've been making some really decent stuff.
But you always like, oh man, Westland.
Yeah.
Mhm. Westland, yeah,
Westland.
yeah.
That's like
Westland.
they're the guy at Westland, I think, is who started the American Single Malt Society or what association.
Yeah, that was lobbying.
Yeah. That's who kind of got it. So shout out Westland, shout out Bozeman Spirits.
There you go. VDC was definitely a big part of the commission as well.
Mhm.
There were a handful of like bigger single malt makers in America that worked pretty hard. Balcones, those guys.
What I really loved about them is I feel like they were one of the most vocal on social media.
Yeah.
As far as like making even if it's just for fun, like making jokes or just bringing up the topic.
Sure.
And I just kind of like that aspect of, keeping people's mind on it and knowing that they're working towards it and stuff like that. So mad respect to them.
Yeah.
Wow. That's neat.
A lot of layers.
A lot of layers. I like how the dark chocolate, you talking about cacao? Like salted cacao.
Chocolate covered cherry kind of, you get all those dark red
See, I'm
fruits.
like chocolate
Little
covered
dusty.
espresso.
Yeah, that too. Totally.
Like,
that rum tasting we did with
Yeah.
espresso beans, right?
shout out
the chocolate
Fincasso.
color. Yeah, good memory.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is great. I love the weight too of the palate.
A batch.
Oh, really? The next batch.
But where it's
Puerto Rican
rum barrel.
Nice.
I saw that on social media. Sorry, that meant
Okay,
nothing. I just had to bring that
that's
up to
great.
you. He's on like batch 3.
Yeah.
And it's Puerto Rican
Because-
rum barrel finish.
Yeah. Finally,
He's the Puerto Rican guy, and the whole label was like referencing his family's history and ties to Puerto Rico. And he did a rum finish rye, but it was the first one was
from
just
Barbados, I believe.
Barbados.
And, then
And he was
another
like,
one
his
from
goal
Jamaica. I think the second
Was
one
to
from
do
Jamaica.
like a Puerto Rican rum barrel finish.
Oh, cool.
And we're like, oh, like super cool, but like you would think you would have done that as your flagship or something. Like, I mean, it was
Right.
great. We loved it. I bought the last bottle you had
Yep.
here, but I saw on social media that he has released that. So maybe I need to go online and get one.
For sure, honey. Barrel Hunter. Yeah, go check out Virginia Distillery. Here in VA, local producer. This
Always
is beautiful.
Check out Lost
So-
Whiskey Club if you're in Virginia.
Yep.
Right.
Looking for somewhere to
Shout out
go.
to-
Literally,
Just saying.
you can hit Lost Whiskey on your way to any other Virginian distillery, pretty much. Probably don't have to pass them leaving DC here.
Yeah.
Leaving Capitol Hill, you'll drive right past them. So
Soon to be in Little Washington, right?
nice.
I'll run it past the team.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know
Or closer
what
to.
they say.
Maybe closer to, right?
Can we do that on FaceTime even?
Who gets to review this?
You do, Drew.
Oh, I can.
You
check
big
this out.
honcho.
Okay. I think I agree with everything that's been said. No, I think this is fun. This is. I appreciate the mention of the Dalmore cigar blend because, man, like that's mostly I think a sherry, like an Oloroso finish. Although I'd have to go back. There might be some PX in there too. That's a great whiskey.
Yeah.
Easy recommendation. This thing has like layers on top of that of flavor. Just the addition of all those like wine casks and the fortified wine. The tie-in on the Isla cask, like that we talked about earlier, I think is awesome and a sort of necessary ingredient. It's like not. I wonder whose idea that was because it's not something that Magnus necessarily did.
No.
I don't think I've had an Isla cask from a cigar blend or any maybe American single malt necessarily. But yeah, I give this. I'm same as the Bardstown guy. I give it 8.5 on this. It's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am extremely surprised. And I'm going to match Drew's score at an 8.5, which I know, right? There's something else going on here. It smells like, I don't know. There's
Some ribs.
I guess some ribs up front.
I was very concerned on like nosing this,
Uh-huh.
but
It was
the
gonna be too smoky?
palate, I was extremely impressed by and really enjoyed it. Now, I trust them and their blending. I'd be eager. I almost wonder what my rating would be if it didn't have the smoke, but
Mhm.
also knowing them and knowing the thought they put into it, I'm sure the smoke added the needed complexity to give it the full roundness it had on the palate. But I'm cool with that in 8.5.
Yeah.
I
I think the ashiness on the palate like complements some of those wine notes. There's a little bit of the like
because on the palate
palate
it doesn't come across as smoke. I like how it comes
Right.
across as like a little ash.
a little leftover, a little embery.
And it's not
Mhm,
like
yeah.
a peated scotch
Right,
or something where it's just in your face smoke.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Bernie. Sure.
Well, folks, you didn't see it, but I rated mine before they even started speaking about their ratings.
Dropped it in.
And so once again, across the board, we match up at
8.5.
8.5, 8.5 across the board, everybody. Virginia Distilling Company. This is their new cigar blend. They call it what? The first cut? First cut, right? 7-year-old, 108 proof.
First cut.
American single malt whiskey. Is absolutely delicious. And are they doing 700 ml on this?
700
ml?
ml? Well,
700.
No, this is probably 700. Yep, everybody's going to the international standards now.
Yes,
Not lost whiskey.
Well,
you're not taking away your 50 ml.
You get your 50 ml.
We see it with a lot of the imported productions.
America.
But for an American producer, this is like one of the first 700 mLs that I've seen. Have y'all seen other 700 mLs from American producers?
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
Almost
Daniels,
everybody's dropping into it now.
There's
Jack
10,
Daniels
12,
already?
and 14.
Yeah.
All those are 700?
Yeah.
With the latest master speed, you know,
Yeah.
Really?
Michter's.
Wow.
But have you seen Jack Daniels drop a 3-liter?
No.
You can get Old Number 7 in a 3-liter.
Little did they know.
just-
We're not
What? No, you just got to raw dog it. But yeah, because they just improved that last year. TTB did, where you can do that big of a bottle, and Jack Daniels
Well,
the
that's
first
going
people.
back to like the larger sizes where
Jeroboam.
they had limited to
2
1.5 years
Yeah.
ago, because back in the 80s you could get some 3-liter like specialty bottles.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I kind of want to
changed.
buy one
Makes sense.
just to have it
Just
on
to
my
have
bar
it.
and not even ever
Absolutely.
open it, just to like have sitting on our bar.
Absolutely.
No. Maybe
I
bigger.
want to say that is a 3-liter. Yeah.
I bought
Dummy
one of those handles of Eagle Rare just for that reason.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the wine
yeah,
bottle.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
ridiculously shaped, and it's just sitting on my shelf.
But yeah, who else? I don't know. Jack Daniels. I
makes
just
sense
think
with
of
Jack.
them. That, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
but it,
For you.
Yeah. So Mike wanted you all to see a 3-liter bottle. So that's a
Oh,
3-liter
that's it,
bottle.
huh?
So Jack comes in a bottle that's this size.
that's awesome.
Just for comparison.
Nuts.
Just for comparison. Look how little. There you go. That's cool, Mike. Thank you, brother.
Really want that bottle.
Absolutely. Well, hey, 8.5s across the board for the
It's not
final
just itself.
official whiskey of Whiskey Wednesday tonight. A Whiskey Wednesday with Whiskier himself. Check him out on Instagram at Whiskier. Of course, a number of places
Big
you will
fan.
find his ratings, his scores, and his thoughts about whiskey
my deep,
and
deep
land and
land.
real estate and so forth, right?
Yeah, no.
Shout out all the places that folks can find your talents displayed.
I know.
Working on
I
something.
read it.
You do?
I
Okay.
read all your stuff.
Weird.
It's really the only time I read. I'm mostly illiterate.
Well, that's an honor to me. Thank you.
So yeah,
Read
Drink
other
Hacker.
things. Drink Hacker.
Drink
Go,
Hacker.
And what else?
go to Drink Hacker.
Yep.
It's pretty much just Drink Hacker. Bourbon and Banter's great. I don't know what else.
No more land report.
I do Land Report, but
Okay, yeah, land
I mean,
report. There you go.
that's
Land and
not
real
quite.
estate.
It's real estate.
Instagram.
Not quite whiskey
Like-
related.
But of course, you can
and,
all
you
make
know,
reservations.
Come out to Gay Street and I'll give you a whiskey plate.
Gay Street Inn out in
If you reference
Washington,
this, I'll give you a
Virginia.
whiskey plate. Yeah, there you go. I know you are stuff.
Hey,
The
when
top
you
flight.
go
I
out
don't know
there
about
to Little Washington, Virginia, whether you are wanting to make a quick trip out to enjoy dining at the Inn at Little Washington, or you're just going to go out, have some fun at distilleries and wineries out that way.
That's right. Take care of
Anything you're doing, just want to go out for a romantic time and just stay in your room
you.
and not come out for the whole weekend because you needed that
As long
time
as you're out
away
by checkout.
with with your loved one. As long as you're out by checkout.
As long as you're out by
checkout. Indeed.
Thanks
Check them
for
out
the
at
plug.
the Gay Street Inn.
There you go.
Absolutely. But what a fun time What a fun lineup of whiskeys.
There you have it.
There you have it.
And let's,
And happy
of
birthday.
course, yeah,
To the birthday boy.
wish my big cuz Tyrone once again a happy birthday.
Oh,
And we're
still
going to
outside.
On the
enjoy
phone.
On the
a
phone.
little of a final whiskey that
Oh,
I
it's
saw
run
come
away
through the
over there.
door.
Clay.
What came through the door?
Yep, it's called
Is it growing on you now?
it's called George T. Stagg, folks. Let's go. I mean George Stagg.
This is
Yeah,
not
it's not even
George
George
T.
Stagg. It's just
Stagg.
Stagg by itself. My bad. I'm doing too much, folks.
It's
Doing too much and just missing the mark, man. It's been one of those days. Oh my gosh.
We can tell.
Yeah, it's been one of those days. Oh well, we want to do that. I mean, that's queued up already.
for me.
You like mine?
That's already queued up. All right. So, folks, you know, it's never a bad time to have a little bit of Stagg. Which Stagg is this though? Zozo.
24B. 25.
B25. 25B.
We already got it. We don't need it.
Got it. Oh, and somehow the photo is there. Miraculously.
Indeed.
B.
What's the proof point on this? 126 and change. 126.4.
9.
126.9.
126.9. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it has. It's almost there, and then it just
Like,
tightens up.
here's the
It
thing.
really doesn't.
For $59,
Oh, it's
a
great.
banger.
It's
It's
amazing.
a
Yeah.
banger. Like,
Yeah, because you know what? All it needs is that.
that's a lot of
I know.
But
I know.
that's all it needs, right?
This is all it needs.
All it needs is
Uh-huh.
a quarter ounce of water for every 1 ounce of whiskey.
And now taste that. You taste that. It's amazing. I'm not kidding.
I don't know what diseases you
Water-
have. I'm not putting my lips onto your glass.
Oh, whatever. If that were Michter's Celebration Sour Mash, you would
I'd
risk
eat
it.
the glass.
You would risk it.
I would eat the glass.
All right, folks. Oh, what a time. What a time. So, of course, we're here celebrating Tyrone Powell. And it's his birthday. He's relaxing off camera right now, but we are enjoying in his honor.
Honey
Right.
Barrel Hunter, you are correct. 25D was supposed to be or was widely recognized as the best batch of last year. We're on 25B, though, which is not referenced as a stellar batch.
Which is not referenced. I think.
I'm not saying it's a bad batch.
But here,
Mm.
give me a minute.
Mhm. Wow.
Look over here.
Give me right there.
There you go.
Woo. Okay. Wow, a lot of cinnamon on that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of cinnamon.
Water it, man.
Yeah.
All that caramel shoots up. That's all you get. That's heavy, but that's what I.
Yeah,
what I
what
did.
is?
But
No,
all that,
no,
but
you're-
that caramel's great.
You're drinking 60 proof whiskey now, Bertie.
And maybe that's what we should all be drinking. That's a little watered down. I can tell by the color. I can tell by the color.
Aren't they talking about like having a lower barrel proof? Have they been talking about that lately?
Buffalo Trace. Buffalo
I mean,
Trace.
a lower barrel entry. I'm sorry. Lower barrel entry.
Not
Have
in
you-
their
have you seen
commodity
some article?
whiskey, but
Just period.
I
What
mean,
do you mean? Are
they
you
play
in one
around.
distillery
They
or
play around
just
with entry
They're
proofs.
talking
Industry-wide.
about. They're talking about industry or at least TTV.
who is they?
Folks lobbying. Some producers lobbying for, and I don't know if it's due to like some of the younger generation wanting lower ABV
Okay.
and mocktails and all these
So
things to
dropping
cut,
the minimum. So
drop the
dropping the minimum
minimum
proof.
barrel entry
Yeah.
proof.
I could
So
see
you
that.
can go into barrel and then you'll have a resulting lower.
So that you could bottle at 60%
Yeah.
or 60 proof.
Yeah.
Heard that. We're
There you
going
go.
backwards fast.
Absolutely.
I know this generation.
Well, we'll
just
see.
going.
This
We'll see
generation
what
happens.
happens.
Buck up.
Better buck up, huh?
Buck up.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of us are drinking our cast strength whiskey. And I don't know. I'm not sure how long we'll be here to judge you, but
For our sake, hopefully. Not long.
oh,
I don't know. How long
It's
is
a
it up?
25 B,
t-shirt.
everybody. 126.9 proof. It's just for fun. You know, as we celebrate the birthday of Mr.
Oh.
Tyrone Powell. Sitting off camera right now. But shout out to him. Shout out to everybody in the house. He's over there talking to Graham. Graham, look this way. Mike, look this way. Yeah, absolutely. T-Bone, you're in the camera view as well. Happy birthday, cuz. Alonzo's in the house, everybody. Indeed. And I was about to mess with him. I was putting it on camera about to mess with him, but yeah, nah. My boy Clay said no, he threw it out there already. I couldn't even make the joke, man. Right, exactly. But right, for sure. So welcome back, Jose, to the show, man. And there's Ellie right there, and here.
I didn't sign a consent.
You're on private property. You don't have to.
Get that out of my face.
Indeed. Well, this is the Whiskey Wednesday kind of, a slightly different view.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at that. How you're in it with all that.
We got the Mount Rushmore of Whiskey Wednesday. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, fellas, come on over next to the tile, whatever, and here we go.
Here, no, hand him one of these.
Here you go.
I'd like to.
Jose, grab that mic right there, man.
Can we be?
Can I stop being on the
There's some mics around and let's be on mic.
We about to sign off.
Okay.
But a big happy birthday to T-Bone, man. T-Bone,
Sure.
happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate everything you do. Just hold it down at the bottom so it's not. Yeah. We'll turn it the other way. Yeah.
The mic.
Perfect. So that cool guy with the shades on, I tell you.
Hot mic.
Right? Hot mic. But
Always press.
You gotta drink something with us.
Hold on.
Graham, no, you have to stay over there, man. You have to fill out the audience right there.
Okay.
Absolutely. So T-Bone, of course, probably started at about age 14 right here on Capitol Hill, Chaslickers, when his auntie, my grandmother, was overseeing operations. And overseeing is a big word because she was really directing the ship as an ultimate general. And, gosh, that was a start. That was a start for the legacy that is Chaslickers. And Ty has been a part of that from the beginning. It's still part of it. So when you come in and see him, he's been walking these floors for most of his life. Absolutely. Longer than any other of us in this location has probably been here, or at least we were real young. Yes, we were real young. There's some folks in here, shouting out to Mike, Graham, and Matt, and probably Drew as well.
Mm-hmm.
You all are all still under 30 years old. What? 30. But shout out. Happy birthday, cuz. We just want to raise a glass to you on your day. It's always tax day. Absolutely. Happy birthday to you.
I love you.
For certain. Yes, sir. Hey, Paquito, huh? You hear that?
Thank you, Joe Maglio.
Jose, you think you Spanish now, huh? Yeah. Say it again, brother. All right, say it for me too. What happens though? Absolutely. B3. Indeed. So everybody's wishing Ty a happy birthday. And that's so great. And Mike here is gonna, of course, give us music that's probably going to get us kicked off of a couple locations because there's no payment for this soundtrack in the background.
I think you lost YouTube or Instagram. These mics are not.
Okay, that's dead. All right. Well, everybody, we are signing off. It's Ty's birthday. We're going to have some fun. Real quick, Zoe bought some ribs through. Take that paper towel off. Come on. No, pick it up. Okay, no. Yeah, he said ribs. Look at that rib plate right there, everybody. Ooh. It is looking good. It is looking so good. So we're signing off. We're going to see you in 7 days, if not before. Come on by for Spirit Tastings Fridays, 5 to 8 here at Chats, and wine tastings on Saturdays from 3 to 6. We're about to get into some ribs,
Never seen you.
some deviled eggs, and happy birthday to Ty. Let's go.
Deviled eggs.